Hello, and welcome to the Status War Savage channel, and today I'll be playing Pixel Soldiers The Great War, and I'll be showcasing the Russian Civil War DLC, which just came out. Currently, it's on Alpha, and maybe Beta. I'm not sure about Beta. But I'll be showcasing the campaign, and I'll be playing as the Whites. I've already beaten this, so I'm just going to keep the campaign, and just do Lieutenant Casino Player. The army is driving north with the intention of meeting up with Kolchak's forces in Siberia, the red-held city of Tsaritsyn, which is Volgograd or Stalingrad. If you don't know where Tsaritsyn is, it's just renamed. Ways in our way, we have an opportunity for an armored spearhead made up of our new British tanks, armored cars, and armored train. If we closely follow this up with our veteran Russian infantry and Cossacks, we shall have the Bolsheviks on the run. And indeed we do. We will. Also, update added the Red Army to have red diamonds and stars if the Red Army owns it, instead of the Germans and the Central Powers in gray. The Whites are still blue. Alright, let's set up our forces. What I like to do is have the cavalry go on to the left. Tanks and artillery are fine where they are. Trains are good where they are. Ships will just move forward. Oh, wait, I just noticed that they updated this. In the Water version, you only have stuck in one spot. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Also, the train sunset has a new noise. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't played this since the update, so it's pretty nice to see. Also, supposedly the Reds are going to be hard to beat, so let's see how well that works out. Have you got exactly. Yep, that's all normal. Alright, well, deployment's fine with me. Now what I like to do is push up just out of the range. We use red infantry and blast them with some energy and artillery fire. First, these guys they do a good amount of damage to the trenches. We have like a 50% chance of breaking the trenches down, if I remember correctly. Blast those guys. And then when the trenches are low, you just blast them with the car. It's very important to keep your vehicles alive early game because the Soviets, the Reds, can pull out some annoying things later on in this fight, so it's good to keep some reserves. I need a rush to move up. I don't know if my vehicle can shoot. Yeah, I have to get closer. I'll just do this. Just fire around the corner and just damage those guys. Keep moving up. I'll have my ships get closer. These guys are meant to engage the enemy ships. Just engage at long range because the British ships are better. Alright. See what the enemy does. Oh, they pull their artillery back. They don't panic. Poor armored train. Oh, actually that's better for me. If I that, you move out of my way. Just hit him on the side, break him. So we bring up these guys in a second. Good job. Yeah, the Russian infantry are pretty good. Well, let's just pound those troops over there. Beat them up just a little bit. Get by the trenches. And then machine gun fire. This should break them. Nope. That weakens them a lot. Just break them. There we go. Now, they have a lot more numbers, but they take a lot more casualties as a group because they're just a large unit, the Red Infantry. They start with 1,000 men, which is a lot. Now, I want to try to take out that MG. So I'll just doing this for a second. Just shooting these men. So this unit's gonna try to rush their MG. I'll just keep these guys pinned down a little bit. Nothing major. Just keep them pinned. While the majority of my cavalry will be crossing this bridge over here. Oh shit, I should have used the MG first. Don't do things like me sometimes. I'm not the brightest. Alright. My navy will continue to get closer on purpose to blast their ships. So that our ships should be much better in combat compared to theirs. Slightly. just a little bit. Not the best overall, but just slightly good. Yeah, they have artillery, that's what I'm trying to get. By poor concepts. I'm getting a little left over here. You can't do anything to my train. My train's pretty strong. Take out this stupid artillery. I don't know where their cavalry went. That's what I want to know. Where their cavalry go? Nope. Well, we took out their artillery and there's like no cavalry that way. Keep pushing north. Let's try that northern town. They're really pushing the direction I want them to go. Push them in the direction I want them to go. I would just capture. How's that? MG free kill. Alright. I'll just have free kills on some veterans. Now when we get close to the enemy, that's when it starts not going in your favor, but I'm getting close to the enemy to do way more damage because our ships are better close. Yep. Just spread out the vehicles for a second. Let's try to break all these red infantry that are just holding out. No, I can't kill any of those. That's good. Take the veterans. I'm getting weak. Distract these guys. Yep. My veteran infantry will give them the bayonet. Oh, you can also rush, so I can have like troops go all the way to Tsaritsyn if I need to. But I'm just gonna take it slowly until I need to march quickly. City, there we go. I cannot move anyone else. Anyways, they're light artillery, so we can take that infantry. They're on the star. It's much easier to take because I've had infantry on that star and it makes it way. Also, that heavy artillery is fine. Oh, there's the cavalry. They're in the center. Just keep chipping away at those guys. Oh, that helps. Okay, well, my navy may not be having the greatest of time in this game. Sorry, that's an infantry. You're being sent in first. Alright, my cavalry can't reach. That sucks. I thought I had way more men in this unit. Apparently not. Capture some prisoners. Continue to march north. If I anyone who opposes me. Goodbye. Bring up some artillery, which I can't put my artillery yet. And just this other artillery that they have. I think I might have forgotten those guys. Nope. Keep artillery down. Artillery units. There's Chachanka. Glitter permits these vehicles with machine guns on the move. Recover. Yeah, just recover some losses. I usually have pretty good luck in recovering losses. Oh, yep, there they are. They've just surrounded Tsaritsyn with infantry. And there's the reinforcements that are coming, which are not going to be fun. They're going to be annoying to fight. Yep, there comes their Tachankas. Yeah, I did the victory and the Navy Department because of that later too. Yep, they're training the troops over here. Oh no, here comes their armored train. Time to just give it a whole bunch of charges. Because all you can do against these trains is charge them. This is the first time I'm in the naval department against the Reds, just artillery. Really sucks. Get your howitzers out here. Shooting into a town. But I can't do anything about it. Alright. My light artillery, since it can't shoot anything at this moment. This turn should be left for something. I like the new train mechanics, and I believe Chris will be updating the tile sets, since I was talking to him earlier, to add them into the map editing stuff. With some nice maps of trains, and we're just going to completely eliminate this veteran infantry unit because they like to move around. I probably shouldn't have charged. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have. Oh well. White cavalry is usually better than the red cavalry, so nope. Odds lied to me. Alright. Rush these infantry up to the front. So far, up this order. These men must know how to get on trains and not have any problems with it. Just cram them all into one car. Oh, no! I'm sorry, cavalry. I really failed you. I'll box them like that. I'll surround them and capture them all. I'll pull back my train because I need to heal it up. But try to surround this train and make sure it does not move. There we go. Usually they give me a lot more of a hard time. The howitzers should not be seen in the next part of the battle. It should be heavily damaged. I'm just going to kill and capture any of these remaining stragglers that are just running for their lives, basically. guys anymore. Just shoot the enemy and keep moving. Capture them. Usually you can outgun the enemy red cavalry. I might actually charge. Yeah, charge. Never mind, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Well, now that we've taken out a train, which seems interesting, just last time I tried to do that, it failed so many times. Trains are sometimes just hard to kill, or to watch out iron, as Mike would say. Who's a person on the Jolly Pixel Discord server. Just kill more of the enemy units. Let's do it. Let's do another howitzer unit. Make sure they don't have any heavy artillery. You know the white artillery is way better. Alright. So now we will try to capture this point. And then try to capture this point while the majority of this horde will surround Tsaritsyn and just try to take that artillery. Actually, we were making pretty good time. Those chances are fighting me. Most artillery is distracting me. Ships, well, at least they were. Ooh, free charge. Tachanka, go fight the other Tachanka. You're better than theirs. There you go. Profits. Oh, wait, nope. Sergeant as well. Make sure they're off this field. Push forward and don't give up. Let's take the city. Cavalry are almost hard to kill under defenses. Alright. Oh. Whoops. Oh, I'll take the free kill. Yeah, we're going to be destroyed. Just so that our ships don't take all, just so our infantry don't take all the artillery hits, we're just gonna purposely get right up next to the enemy ships and artillery, technically. Let's try to take as many hits as we possibly can. Keep firing them. Comes the brutal house-to-house fighting in Tsaritsyn. Trying to take out that tank. Not tank, so you just keep fighting tanks now. Just try to take out the enemy train, because those trains are hard to kill, like I said before. I'm not charging. My election charging does not work out. There we go. Just keep those jets running. Probably should use my heavy artillery if I was gonna use a weakened infantry. I'm gonna have my cavalry next turn, try to take out that artillery, and if the Tachanka is still lying around, and then just have my personal Tachanka just keep hitting these troops in town. Weaken them up so that we can take the town in its triple turns. Sorry, British ships. We do not love you. We just want to use your ships. Oops. My veterans know. Alright, so that worked out the around the map themselves. So prisoners are not. How are they alive? There's only like 2 guys in that unit. Sorry, men. Probably shouldn't be throwing my men away like that, but that's the only way you can kill these stupid tanks. I mean, oh my god, I keep calling them tanks. They look like tanks, but also a train at the same time. I'm just used to the game having tanks. Alright. Call on the heavy bombardment. Didn't do squat. I have no leadership points. Where are the leader points? These guys can't. So the gen fire. Just kill the cavalry. Oh my god, how do these men keep escaping with like only a couple guys left in their unit? 4 men are left in that cavalry unit. I'm sorry, ships, I can't rescue you. The British are going to be so mad when they hear their ships are sinking. Due to Russian counterattack. Retreat, Russian veteran infantry. You're one man short of just deleting yourself. Come on. Veteran versus veteran fight, but my men should be way better. Apparently not. Maybe we can surround them. Taking a risk and just be more safe. Well, I probably just killed the Cossacks. That sucks. I can call on the artillery. Come on, yes, there we go. So now they have an escape route. Just trying our best to rout the enemy troopers. Capture all these stars if we can. I think the red cavalry is pretty much almost non-existent at this point. But I'd say the same thing for our infantry. It's pretty much non-existent. Reds are fighting stronger than they usually do. I have 6 turns into Tsaritsyn. Oh man. Some pretty strong counterattacks. Not doing well for me. I probably should have moved all my guys at one time. Cossacks finally got a kill. Cossacks are good infantry, but I mean, not really good infantry, but can fight, I guess. If they are asked of to fight. Oh man. Just captured stupid town. Break these guys. Yep. Have them retreat. How are these guys not, like, running for their lives? I'm at LP points. Kill some of these berserkers before they get close. No. Okay, I guess we've made it into this place. I'll break the train. Ugh. These trains are unkillable. All I have to do is put one in the star and it's almost impossible to kill them. Alright. They opened it up a little bit. I may be able to get their artillery. They're reinforcing the center. Come on, don't break, don't break. Yes! You have captured the star. I can't even fire at the enemy train. That sucks. Oh well. Well, this works out for us. This game was almost a done game. I don't know why it was just I was about to be like, yeah, we're not winning this. But they're going on a full-on counterattack to save these stars. How many men are left in that town? Not many. Which one has more men? The one has more men. Sometimes these red infantry fight like they full on steel, which makes sense. A group of men. Thinking that there's so many of you since these units are larger than usual. I think they're unstoppable basically. This is why the first charge is amazing. I usually kick anyone's belly on my army. As you could tell earlier, they're like counterattacking and charging over here. So, yeah, they're pretty strong. Just how I like the red infantry. Cheap. Annoying. That's all they need to be. continue weakening the enemy. And we probably need just some reinforcements over in that general direction to keep the star, because they do have some infantry nearby. We mostly cut off any reinforcements. They still have that train there, which can complicate things. But yeah, I think we can kind of say this is a not 100% want to say it's a victory automatically, but it's getting pretty desperate. I don't fire, guys. Not definitely don't fire more to surprising. Alright. Yeah, those trains are just beasts in themselves. Need to bring up more men. Race south and keep shooting this town. Yes, thank you. And we'll hopefully have this town. Yes. The White Army is unbeatable. Looking to go, at least. Alright, so we have 2 damaged tanks now. And these guys should just keep running. Push forward to Moscow. Yeah, if you look at these Cossack infantry, I was the one who I submitted the information for these units, which I'm pretty cool to see. Stats and the uniform bar a little changed, but it's pretty much what they looked like when I sent it to Chris. Same with the Cossack cavalry. Well, I called them Cossack cavalry. He renamed them the White Russian cavalry. Same thing. I'm glad to see some of my units have made it into the update. Thanks, Chris. And also, I hope the Japanese, the Black Army, and some of the Green Army make it into the update too, because I submitted some of those troops as well. Cool to see some more factions. Oh, can these guys fire? Yes, they can. Yep, nice. So yeah, glad that Chris added some of the units I submitted. And hopefully we can push this unkillable train back. And we're probably going to get 3. Nope, 2 and 2. Alright. We've pretty much pushed back any infantry they had by just capturing and killing them all. And my train, since it's just a block of iron, is just distracting the enemy. Having to fire towards this train and then charge it on the front. Hopefully it works. Yes, train's been killed. Repair these. Break the spirit of the Red Army. Alright. Yeah, we're pretty much just, it's game over. The vehicles are in shape. Manpower is easy to get back. No big deal. Especially for the whites. We just don't have major cities smashed and strip people. Let's keep weakening in the enemy ships. Have the cavalry just move out. We'll leave behind that crappy damaged unit behind. And we'll just take out the enemy. artillery. There we go. What are you? units should we move? This guy. Oh, I forgot to, not upgrade, heal those units. Oh, they healed their veterans. Oh no. Yeah, we'll just go with machine gun or artillery. Well, we don't go around all the time, we just surround these guys. And we just run them over with cavalry. Keep up. Damn, you British tanks. You should have just gave me better tanks that are faster. Alright. Let's use our Russian-made train. I think it's Russian-made. Don't know historically if it was Russian-made or not. Or just don't continue running. Heavy howitzer do not fire anything this turn. Move it up. Here so we can fire their artillery. Now it's just a matter of time before I capture and kill all their units. Alright, let's just shoot the ship. Cavalry capture. At least at the end of this, we'll have a lot of prisoners. If it was realistic, we have a lot of prisoners. And we have a lot of equipment. These are generous Russian allies. But these guys have been very generous. Oh. I was going to try to pin them and push them to the wall. Russian train. Oh, yeah, needs to be healed. I better not fail, because if you fail a charge, your unit just dies like it was against the wall. Which is annoying. Yeah, since the update, the Battle of Tsaritsyn got way harder to play. But it was still doable. You just gotta get lucky. Just hope the Russians don't sit in the same spot as Tsaritsyn. And take out all the artillery, because if they have no artillery, then your men should be fine. And try to take out the trains as quickly as possible. Just try to pincer them, so they can't move down the train track or retreat. So, because if they can't retreat, they just die automatically. So, yeah, train's pretty good. Personally, I think you should buy the DLC. The DLC has only one map right now, one scenario. But there's only a few more scenarios coming out in the next few weeks. That's about really all. But yeah, right now I think it's worth it, because right now, if you can get it, if you're alpha or beta, it will get rid of your save, because it's just one fight, but it will add, you'll keep your DLC, and it will add a whole bunch of more scenarios over time as Triss gets them finished. Because right now I'm making a few maps myself for the, not for the DLC, but for myself and for my War Game server. I think next video will be for the Jolly Pixel series, my favorite factions, like, or a faction tier list maybe for this game. Because I have a few factions I prefer when I play against my family, friends, and with other people. And what my personal opinion of some of them are. We did a pretty good job against the enemy. We actually lost more tank parts, I guess, than the enemy. Yeah, we killed... Wait, I thought we killed both trains. Casualties aren't amounting correctly. I'll let Chris know. Actually, that's pretty good. It's like a 1-to-4 death and kill ratio. I mean, kill to loss ratio. It's not bad. Some people have done a lot of kills before the update. It was like a 1-to-5 or better. I think I had a better kill ratio when it was the old version. I think I had like the best was 4,700 something. So there were like 20,000 casualties. But yeah, just try to flank on the left side of this map and just try to take Tsaritsyn as quick as possible. That's the best things I can, like, best opinion I can give you on this map and scenario. I know I have kind of stopped on the other scenarios. I will try to get back into the routine of doing the doing the videos in order of the scenario in historical timeline, which is what I was doing with the Sur Mountain map. It was the first battle in World War I, and I was trying to get that into a series. Just haven't been up onto it yet. Alright, well, this is Stratus Silver Savage signing off. See you in the next video.